That's right, folks. Here from the Free Admission Studios, this is Gym Crashers with Adam Woods.
What the fuck?
Our special guest, Little Monster.
Hi, guys.
And Dondo.
He's there.
That's right.
That's it. We got Little Monster in-house tonight. It's Gym Crashers. Like us, subscribe to us, and share the link so we can bring you more wonderful, entertaining, fight-related people such as Vanessa Demopoulos, who is here. How are you?
10 points. You got it right the first time, guys.
Right.
Oh,
I
yes.
got her name down.
I have to phonetically
I can
spell it out.
remember the very first time I actually saw her in person.
Which is?
And because I can't remember when I saw you online first, but I saw you in person.
Whoa, whoa,
Well,
whoa,
you
whoa,
actually
whoa.
fights. We study
Okay.
fight stuff.
Okay.
But, you know, seasons beatings, last year's CXF, December.
That was the last, wasn't that
It
the
was
last
in
CXF?
Florentine Gardens,
In Hollywood?
Hollywood Boulevard. No, Sunset Boulevard.
And I was
Yeah.
fighting.
No. You were
Okay.
just
I
there.
was like, I don't want to break your heart by telling you that I didn't fight there.
I didn't know who you were, but you were
got
there.
me confused with
And you
that
were
other
just
chick
kind of like,
that
no,
looks
you were doing your thing, and then somebody goes, she's a fighter.
Yeah.
And I knew from that point on, and I kept seeing it, Black House and everywhere else. So I know, long-winded story. Just wanted to get that
that's
one out.
great.
It was just really cool that you're finally here.
Yay!
You know, we love that.
We're here.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Speaking of like places that we were, holy crap, we were all there at Submissions on the Shore last Friday.
Subs on the shore.
Oh my gosh, there was like people's arms getting broken and stuff. It was so cool.
And your commentary debut with Rafa Esparza and a litany of other people.
That was so awesome. I actually got to like commentate and like be like, oh my gosh. Like it's one thing because when I sit there, I'm like really excited all the time about everything.
I could tell.
Couldn't tell at all.
No. Like to sit there and then like watch and be just as excited and be able to like talk about how pumped I was to be sitting there watching that. It was really dope. It was cool to commentate. It was cool.
And I mean, as a female fighter yourself, I mean, an all-female card, right? And the tournament bracket were all submission only, right? We had a couple of exhibition fights, but like the main card was essentially all-female, all submission only. For $2,500, like that's got to be pretty cool to be a part of. The first, right? A submission on the shore.
I thought for a second it cost $2,500. What are you talking about?
No, it didn't cost.
Yes,
they
the
won.
winner.
Right.
They
That's
won.
right.
Yeah, it was the pot.
Trinity Punt and walked away with $2,500. 14 years old.
14 years old. Are you kidding me?
That's a lot of lollipops that you're gonna buy at 14, right?
Oh my goodness. And it's like, so that was like a brown belt tournament with
Yeah.
like a bunch of very experienced, I mean, to be a brown belt, you're rolling for at least anywhere from 4 to 7 years, you know, just like rocking and rolling on the mats every day grinding. And then you go out there and you have this 14-year-old just coming through and sweeping house. Like, yeah, that was crazy. So I'm commentating all over again.
But she
That's
finished,
how much I enjoy
She
it.
finished in grand fashion. So high-level competitor Jessica Khan, who is an international.
She was favored to win for sure.
She's an international star for jiu-jitsu. She's been all over Asia, Europe. She's been winning. She's an AOJ brown belt now. She's amazing. And Trinity Pun puts up a teepee choke, which isn't really what she did. So she adapted by putting her hand in, which looked like a triangle, and that's what got her is the hand. So it was she adapted. And I think somebody will eventually say she created her own move.
Yeah.
She really did.
And the crazy thing about that is the fact that when you're 14 years old and you're just training jiu-jitsu, like we're ending a generation of just straight MMA fighters or straight jiu-jitsu folks or straight judo folk. Donna Gonzalez, a friend of ours and a competitor that night, she wandered into 10. Well, what she found out was 10 Planet, not HQ, but this was back in the Legends days, and she was like, "Oh, this is a kickboxing class or whatever?" And then after the kickboxing class, Eddie Bravo of all people pulls over and is like, "Hey, stay for this class."
Yeah.
And then she never left.
She made a life of it. I mean,
Absolutely.
she's moving because of it, so it's amazing. So
Yeah.
I can't give too much, but shout out to Donna.
Yeah, shout out to Donna and
Congratulations on all
Jonathan.
your stuff, yeah.
And I mean, she's taking the reins over at the 10 Planet Freaks and 10 Planet Spring Valley.
Spring Valley first.
So yeah, man. So that's so super cool, super good vibes for the Gonzalez's. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super dope vibes this weekend, just being there, watching everything.
I just love that. It was a good crowd. So Albert Tapia puts on Subs on the Shore. We loved it. We'll be back. We absolutely want to be a part of it. Robert streamed. We did the interviews. Vanessa does everything. I think maybe within the past couple months of 2020, she's been a ring girl. She fought. She's been a commentator and everything else. She has to tell us.
Timekeeper as well.
Timekeeper last night on Friday as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I would have the mic on, and then I'd have to like keep the time at the same time, and I'd have to put the mic down and call time, put the mic back on, keep talking.
What was okay of all 4 things that you've done thus far? What was like the most like painstaking?
Oh, I mean, breaking my orbital bone like several weeks ago.
And
that
fighting
was pretty
through
painstaking.
it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that thing fractured in the first 30 seconds of the fight, and I just kept on
Crazy.
keeping on because that's what you got to do. Came out with the win.
Hell yes.
That was good.
It was the bloodiest fight of the night, and she came out with the
Literally.
W, so it
We
was
got
fight
violent.
of the night. Yeah,
We got violent.
Freaking dirty.
You guys saw me actually a few days, like literally
Next
the
day.
very next day.
The very
after
next
that.
day, I interviewed you. I kind of led you through the crowd to get the interview on, and then
Yes.
delivered you back to your sister,
Yes,
who's
that was
awesome.
kind of you.
You're too much, and you're very kind for giving us that interview. But yeah, I mean, it's.
I got scolded. I said, I'd love to interview her. I see her everywhere. I want to talk to her. And Robert goes, if you interrupt her now with a broken orbital, you're an asshole. And then here's Woods. And I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah. No,
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm about that life. And like it was so funny because the medics were like, please, they were begging me.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, please, will you please just go to the hospital? And I'm
Right.
like, why? I'm fine. I'm totally good, you guys. Like I want to say hi to everyone. They're
Yeah.
like, just leave. Like,
Just
Crowd
leave.
pleaser.
Just leave, right?
Yep.
Holy crap. Now, I mean, let's kind of dial it back a little bit. Obviously, we know where you are now, but how did you get involved in the crazy world of combat sports?
Ooh, two different ways. One, I mean, I just grew up fighting. You know, from school, in high school, I got kicked out of school for fighting. Like, I was fighting almost every other day. Boys, mind you.
What the?
Yeah, I wasn't even allowed to
love
hit
this
girls.
story.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't allowed to hit girls because they're like, you're too strong. I played football, and like my parents were scared. Well, my
Amazing.
grandparents were scared that we were gonna get sued, so I wasn't allowed to ever hit girls. So, but I had like detentions lined up to the end of the year from fighting so much, and I got suspended and expelled, and yeah, it was a mess. But then I turned 18 and I started dancing, and that's actually when I first became a stripper, was when I was 18. And I got really, really good at pole dancing. I was very aggressive in my art. And someone was actually talking shit to me. But they were like, you know, if you put that same mindset and attitude towards fighting that you do towards dancing, you might actually be successful at something and do something with your life. And I was like, well, shit, all right. Teach me how to fight. So it was from there on that I became a fighter.
Wow, and I guess I
So
mean,
it's
most
basically
unique
you're
story.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
stop
This
talking
is a
shit
movie.
to me.
We
And
need to make a movie.
yeah, absolutely. That's a pretty unconventional way about going about it. Started off fighting, went into pole dancing, and then ended back up in fighting again.
That's right.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
So, I mean, timeline wise, like what year is this? And I mean, had you seen MMA or the UFC or anything like that?
Back in 1987.
Wow. Okay.
No way in
Back
hell.
in my day.
I was just born in 1987.
Yeah.
88.
I
But
knew
yeah.
I was close.
yeah. We're talking like 10 years ago. So
Okay.
I started fighting 10 years ago in Muay Thai. So I wasn't even grappling back then.
Wow. Shins to faces. That's
Ugh.
yeah. So I mean, so
But was that here in California or somewhere else?
This was, I started fighting in Columbus, Ohio, but I lived in Cleveland, Ohio. That's where I'm from. That's hometown. That's what
Got
I
it.
rep.
Cleveland rocks, right?
Cleveland.
Yeah,
rocks.
Drew Carey. Hell
Yeah,
yes. Isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the
Matter of
one. That's
fact,
the one.
yeah.
That's where rock and roll was started from. So
Yeah, dude.
A lot of history in Cleveland.
No, I mean I love that, but I mean
LeBron James.
LeBron James. That's I remember like when that place first opened and like Metallica played and whatever. They streamed it on VH1 and whatever, and I was just like, it was like 8 hours of like metal, and I was just like, I didn't give a shit about anything else. I think I was maybe in high school, but yeah, cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird since you've
Okay.
since you've left Ohio. I mean, they've turned out like Stipe Miocic, I mean, a strong style gym is kind of become a hotbed for what, East Coast MMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I trained at Strong Style for a little bit with Jessica I, and Stipe was there. Actually, one of like the other, there's been a few UFC fighters that I've seen kind of starting to come and rise that were just either amateurs or recently turning pros when I was there. So.
That's
I lived in Cleveland. You know, you had to go through there. That was one of those major gyms that you had to hit.
Did you train with the coach? And I'm probably going to get beat up for this, but yeah, all of Stipe's, what is it, the embeddeds and everything like that, he's holding pads and he has the bandana on and he looks like a pencil eraser. His head just kind of looks like a pencil eraser.
Like our buddy Joey the Bull?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either that or
he's the Muay Thai instructor.
He's
really, really
he's all types of badass, but it's like pencil eraser or Beaker from the Muppets. I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. Fuck. Sorry, Alex, but you're awesome.
Yeah.
You fucking raised champions. I'm an idiot. Fuck. That was so stupid to admit on camera.
He's cool people.
One day he's going to see Hanach Larange and give him one.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Right.
He's just going to erase my life
so
from
now
record.
Just make sure never to like run into him.
Yeah,
on the
no.
street,
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
run the other way.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's glad that we're like right next to Cleveland right now, so right? I mean,
right.
not really.
You never know. You might get an Uber job and
fuck
across the country.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. So, Robert, can we fucking? No, I guess we can't.
No, Robert has disappeared.
Yeah.
This is on autopilot tonight, so hopefully we don't crash.
There we go. We're gonna crash this shit. Fuck yeah, because we're the gym crashers, and that's what we do.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Crash it through.
So the other vocation, right?
You had to go there, huh? I
No,
was learning
no.
about her fight style. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Of course we want to know.
No.
Fighting is boring. No,
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
yeah.
It
so,
can be.
I mean, what is that transition like? I mean, do you borrow some physical attributes that kind of led you into Muay Thai, where it made you a little bit more dexterous? I guess that's the word, right?
I mean, yeah, like pole dancing is hard as fuck. Like people they so undermined the agility that those girls have. Like it's so funny because people like see girls who are all buff and stuff. And it's like, all right, you're a gymnast, you're a pole dancer, you're a gladiator. Like those are the only options for girls walking around looking buff. Like, yeah, because it's hard. I mean, I'm like 30 feet in the air, literally hanging on by like a joint. Usually it's like a kneecap or something.
Whoa. Oh,
you know,
shit.
flipping up in the air, like doing backflips on a pole. Like my life is at stake here. Like I better be strong being able to hold on with like my grips. Hopefully I don't get like sweaty and fall off or something. Like you fall once. Because you either learn or you die. Like, that's it.
Well, have you seen that video that went viral a couple weeks ago with that girl? I forgot what
Good
strip
job,
club it
Joe.
was.
I know
where
exactly what you're talking about.
And she fell hard. I mean, she was still a true soldier. She was still dancing, twerking her ass. But the next day, she gave her interview that she broke her jaw. She got missing teeth.
Yep.
It was pretty sad, but she did it. She was a trooper. She still did her thing.
Yeah. Well, and I think like something like that translates into fighting, believe it or not, falling and being able to continue to perform.
Yeah.
Because we fall a lot, you know, like you don't learn to do crazy shit. We're not in there like on our off time learning this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We're doing this live, half naked, in front of an audience of people, just trying things. Like you're gonna fall. I fall a lot, and I have fallen from really high heights before too. Wow. The way that particular girl fell, if you guys have seen the video, you know what we're talking about. If not, look it up. It's psycho. But
we'll have Robert pull it up before the end of the night.
Yeah. The chick literally comes off of the pole and like free falls. Like it's a complete fluke. But I've fallen before where like I was upside down like this and my hands just slipped. So I still like kind of was attached to the pole, but had no control of the falling and just like fell on my face. I had a concussion. This was at Magic City in Atlanta, Georgia,
Okay.
right? Like
All right.
yeah, like get down when it get down. Yo, what
Mm-hmm.
up? So, but I had like rug burn on my face. I had dreadlocks at the time, so they were like covering it. It was crazy, but yeah, the concussion was really, really bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I survived. I almost broke my back, almost broke my knees,
It's no joke.
almost broke my neck.
Dude,
so.
the life of a pole dancer that I had no clue about.
Yo,
I
it's
didn't know the
dangerous.
dangers, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured the weirdos might be the danger, but no, the pole itself will kill you.
Yeah. Oh shit.
We have the option to tap out. You know,
Yeah.
like there's no tapping out when you're falling. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
no.
Ah.
That's true.
Yeah, you
That
just hope
is-
you don't die.
You just hope you hit a bed of ones.
Wow.
Penny tips.
Yeah.
Penny tips.
God. No, but that's crazy, and it's cool that you highlighted that because also, I mean, not of the similar ilk, but it's, I guess sort of similar, like cheerleaders, right? If you watch cheerleader compilations of fails, and it's just like the
Don't check Adam's
worst.
history on his computer.
The,
I hope they're college cheerleaders.
I didn't know they had those videos. I never knew those
Fuck,
videos
man.
existed.
yes, absolutely.
it's true. It's
no
true.
fails. Like me and my kid, we watch those all fucking day.
That's cool.
It's pretty bad.
That's cool.
But I digress. The fact that I mean.
They failed and they're up there smiling.
Yeah,
and-
or they don't move at all, and that's when they don't get back to cheer stance. Oh shit, something's wrong. Like they're fucking carted off and whatever, and you're like, you know, it's just weird, man. But I mean, these things aren't regarded as athletic endeavors, but they totally are.
Absolutely.
They're
It's a-
gymnasts, those girls, man.
Yeah.
They do
The
some
guys
stuff.
too, man.
Are there
I
guy
saw one-
cheerleaders too? I forgot
There
about
are.
Yeah,
There are male
yeah.
cheerleaders.
that. But Joey, you know, if you had to do it, you had to do it.
I had to do it.
I know. I figured.
I hope he's a catcher. I hope they.
Joey is a catcher. Check him
I mean, I
out.
hope they didn't throw it in there. 'Cause somebody has to catch it.
He's a catcher, all right.
No, like I said.
Wasn't there a tornado in like the Midwest or some shit like that?
Tennessee today blew
yeah, I-
people's lives, bro. 25 people. Like,
I think that Joey might have been the cause. He was
Well, come
cheerleading practice
Come
and shit.
on.
Anyway.
Too soon.
I know.
What a
Oh,
dick.
It's like LeBron.
Anywho. But yeah, so okay, so you're dancing and then you end up in Muay Thai.
Yeah.
What? Like that's a crazy little
I
transition.
think Muay Thai came first. No, I'm trying to learn here.
Stripping came first.
Stripping came first, then
Yes.
Muay Thai. Okay.
First it was street fighting.
So
Yes.
that's where
Then
the fighting was.
stripping.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beating people up is what you do.
That's right. That's
like
right.
that.
Yeah. Bad attitude problem led me to Muay Thai fighting as a stripper.
And she's so mellow and happy, so I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
What up,
You know?
guys?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Don't let me get angry though. I'm
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
until I'm not.
Yeah.
That's where the monster comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So violent.
So where does this Muay Thai happen? Like what school? Was this in Ohio?
So yes, I started training Muay Thai at a school called 8+8, which is crazy. So right now here in California, I train at a school called Saxon.
Yeah.
Saxon Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Super dope, right?
Julio Trana. Shout out.
Trana, what it do? But Julio's coach actually taught an array of people. One of those people was lineage to the coaches that I trained with in Ohio.
Wow.
So it's like I'm still a part of the Saxon tree, and like even here in California, that I started with the exact same system in Ohio.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? That's so cool.
so-
Hashtag history.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's funny because in combat sports, you know, in any other instance, they say it's a 6-degree separation where you can find somebody that knows you or knows somebody that you know. But in combat sports, it's really like 3. Within 3 people, you can figure out who somebody came from.
It's a small world.
Yeah, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah, but to like move all the way across the country, you know, with the intention of being the best athlete, period, and then to be able to run into a system that I'm so familiar with, literally the system that I came from in Ohio 10 years ago. Like, that's amazing. So it's really cool for me. It's cool for me.
Yeah, man.
Cool for us. We got you on the West Coast now, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I love
know?
the West Coast.
How
It's
long-
like, what took me so long to get out here?
I know. I was gonna say, when did you arrive? I want to know.
I got here, I came here first time in January of last year.
Okay.
So 2018.
So maybe it wasn't
2019.
Seasons Beatings. What was January of last year that we were watching? We were all there. I know we were. Well,
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
Maybe, I
that
don't know,
that had
but-
to be.
But I didn't move here officially till like March.
Because I
Like
swear it was
March.
Seasons Beatings.
February, like
Maybe
late
it was
February.
Star. I don't know.
Well, I remember meeting you at probably the first Lights Out in Burbank.
Oh,
You were
that's what it
there.
was.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we all worked that.
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know Sean was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to see how many times we can get the yeahs in
No,
before
I've
we-
been counting.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna start singing Maps because the Yeah is one of my favorite fucking bands. But anyway, no. So okay, but Muay Thai, like, what was your experience? Did you take any Muay Thai fights? Or was it just strictly training?
Yeah, so like I went in the very first day. I almost passed out like 4 different times. I think I puked, and I just wanted to quit, but I didn't. And it was like that moment that I knew where I'm like, okay, like you're here. This is definitely the hardest thing that you've ever done in your whole entire life, and you got through that. So nothing's ever going to be harder than this. So let's go, right?
Damn.
Yeah. It's like that first day, like if you can get past the first day, like nothing's ever going to be harder than that. And I know my coach is trying to break me because he really didn't want to teach me. So he really didn't. But it was, yeah, he was doing everything he could, and he definitely broke me. I cried a little bit on the inside, a lot. So, but I stuck with it. 3 months later, they asked me if I wanted to fight, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know if I'm ready, but you guys are my coaches, and I trust you. So if you think that I'm ready, I must be ready. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took my first Muay Thai fight, started winning, started rocking, and I took several of them like fairly quickly.
Really?
Like within the first 2-3 years. I don't even know how many, but like it wasn't like 100 fights like they do in Thailand.
Yeah.
But it was a
That's
lot
intense.
considering like I had never done any sort of combat before.
So, I mean, growing up in the main streets of Ohio and street fighting, and then doing actual, like, becoming a practitioner of fighting, right? What misconceptions did you have about, like, what you thought you were doing, knocking dudes out on the schoolyard in Ohio versus actually training? Because most people, like, I'm a badass or whatever, and they get their ass kicked in whatever discipline, right? It could be taekwondo all the way to jiu-jitsu and right back around, and then, like, fuck this, I'm out, because I thought I was a badass, and I'm a badass no more. So what was it? I mean, like, what misconceptions did you have on the schoolyard?
I was like aggressively frustrated.
Really?
Like, it was hard. It was mentally tough. It was super defeating. Because, yeah, I mean, I was a boss, like, on the schoolyard, like, schoolyard playground. Like, everybody wanted to fight me because I was fighting a lot, right? And then, like, you step into an arena where, like, my coach never let me get any sort of wins on anybody in the gym. Oof. Like, he was told people to gun for me.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had an attitude problem. Like, it's not like I like walked around because I was so good that people had to beat me up. It was like I had such a bad attitude that people had to beat me up. Yeah, give me a little slice of humble pie, and I kept showing up. But it was frustrating. And then I get to walk into, a real match against a girl, when now I've been getting my ass kicked by dudes in the gym. So now I'm fighting a chick who's the same size as me, and it was almost laughable in my mind, where I'm like, wow, like I get to fight a girl now. Like, this is, I haven't fought a girl in literally ever, like my whole life. Like, wow. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And it was exactly that back then. And it wasn't until, like, you start becoming a pro and you see, like, oh, there are other tough girls in this world. Yeah? Yeah, where things are, like, you start to respect them a little bit more. But, yeah.
The beginner's luck had pretty much worn off at that point, right?
Yeah, no, fuck luck. I had skill. Yeah. But
yeah. Well, I mean,
like, they get good, they get good.
When you face another you that just has as much animosity towards the world and whatever, and I mean, it's like a mirror match, right? And you're like, oh, fuck. Everything that I thought was a fucking lie. Like, now I have to actually do some shit. Like, I have to apply myself a little bit.
I have to train like real shit.
Yeah.
It explains the toughness that you displayed in this last fight, because there was no give up. It was just continue. I mean, your cardio was killer. You kept the pressure on. It was brutal.
Thank you.
So that's not something we see all the time. That was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I was. If you guys watch the fight, then you'll see I was definitely losing that first round. She had really solid hands, and it was frustrating. And to come back and overcome that, it was like, I've been here before. I've got my ass kicked at countless amounts of times. And so this ain't nothing. Like, I'm still here. I'm still standing. I ain't dead yet. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Well, and I mean,
right?
I mean, Lavrith Young, my goodness. I mean, she looked like a superhero,
Yeah,
right?
Loveth Young's name is Terminator, and she does look exactly like one.
Exactly that, right? And then you see guys like David Huey from Muay Thai America, and then like the whole Team Nubians and whatever, and you're like, holy shit! And then again, that first round, it was rough, and then
I don't know. Vanessa looks like a superhero to me. So you say what you want.
Okay,
Thanks,
yeah.
like, I have biceps.
Yeah, see, she's got, yeah, no,
Triceps,
absolutely,
biceps,
absolutely.
quadriceps.
But there was, I mean,
You know?
to me, look, aesthetically speaking, it was kind of like you guys were the same weight, and it's just like genetics. She was like
This
she
Rocky
was
versus Apollo, dude.
Yeah,
That's how I saw it.
100%,
For real.
yeah.
Shit, I
And-
didn't realize I was looking like that bad of an underdog.
No. But I mean, you turned to any
Yeah.
detractors. You pretty much turn away come second round and the rest of the fight. It was fucking phenomenal. I mean, that had been my first. I mean, I think that was my favorite female fight, up close and personal. And we've
Thank you.
seen a
Without
lot
a
of
doubt.
fights.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I mean, I'll put that up. So my standard bearer is Richard Leroy and Jalen Turner from CXF 8, Cali Kings, and it's just a marvelous fight. I'm gonna put that right there.
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a men's MMA fight that I love, and then a women's MMA.
You're really feeding this competitive nature that I have.
Yeah,
right,
see, there you go.
Now I have another win under that belt.
See, there you go.
Favorite fight.
Yeah,
Favorite
man.
fight up close.
Yeah.
It was legit, so I cannot complain about that.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Robert,
it
you
was wild.
got-
It was crazy being in there.
You got to pull up a stripper video. Joey will tell you what it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the girl falling off the
He's
pole.
got to pull it up. Joey, pitch it to Robert.
Uh-oh.
Joey's
You don't want to
meditating.
pitch.
No, I'm not.
Have Joey pitch anything to anybody in this room.
he's just fine.
Okay, there you go. Not that there's anything wrong with catching or pitching.
Is that
whatever.
bull or no bull?
Yeah. Absolutely. Good lord. Good lord.
We're gonna find out how many $100 bills we can fit in there, Joe.
So
That's all I want to know.
being in Ohio, right? What kind of prompted you to make the jump to West Coast? Obviously, like I said, they've become a bit of a center place in MMA with all the champions, especially in strong style, right? But what made you want to come out west?
Yeah. So I mean, I trained at Strong Style for just like a brief moment. My gym was Ronin Training Center over in Columbus, Ohio.
It's a dope
And-
name. I love that name. I love
Ronin?
the Ronin policy, man. That they're masterless and roaming the earth.
Absolutely, and
You
that's
know?
exactly how that gym started.
Love that.
It was a bunch of people who really, didn't have a gym, and we all just came together. And I started training there. That's like where I came from. That's what bred me. But I'm out there, and it's like I'm in Ohio. I'm doing all the right things. That I feel like I'm with the right people. And I got a phone call, and they were like, from Ed Suarez, and he's like, hey, like, there's a gym out here called Black House, and it's an invite-only pro gym. Why don't you come out and check it out? And I'm like, Black House? Like,
Yeah.
the Black House? Yeah. Like, and I mean, of course, I'm like, yeah, dude, totally, sure. I'll come check it out.
Down.
But in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Black House, right? And I
Yeah.
told my coaches, like, yo,
crazy.
guys, like, I'm going to check it out. Like, and you don't know how it's going to be. You don't
Yeah.
know how your coaches are going to take it.
Right.
Yeah, not everybody's super cool, Some
Right.
people are a little possessive and stuff, and they don't want you to go.
That's
but
for sure.
man, my coaches were when I decided I was gonna move, like, they were so encouraging. They were like, Vanessa, this is what we trained you for. Like, it's time for you to go and spread your wings and fly a little bit.
That's nice.
And I was like, wow, like, to have that blessing, like,
Yeah.
if you want to know if people care about you, like, let them know that you're going to move on to something bigger and see how they really truly react. Do they
Yeah.
want the best for you?
Sure.
Or are they trying to, just kind of hoard you to themselves? And my coaches were just so amazing and encouraging, and, like, I love them to death. Like, amazing people. But yeah, that's how it went down. I got the call, and I talked to everybody, and the very next day I packed my bags and I left, and it was a 2-day trip on the road while I was cutting weight. Had a fight in 2 weeks.
What?
On a 2-week notice fight. Yeah,
What?
for LFA. Yeah, and I just came out here and just did the damn thing.
Damn.
And we won that fight. It was a 3-rounder on the feet, never went to the ground once.
Love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how validating did that feel after all of that? I mean, the emotional deal of living home, leaving your gym, kind of pursuing your dream, taking a fight. driving cross country. There's so many mitigating factors that you're like, no, I'm going to take a knee, whatever. But you kept on persevering. And then, I mean, yes, it was a win. Yes, it's MMA. And yes, that's intense. But that had to be so validating that everything kind of came together all at that moment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for recognizing that. And there was so many other things that happened along the way, but it's like, I think that really comes with the mindset of it doesn't matter, what obstacles there are, you're always going to triumph over them, and become more through the situations. Like, I have a very anti-victim mentality. It doesn't matter what is going on in my life. Like, you can either let those situations break you and hold you down, or you can see them and say, what can I grow through this and become more because of this? So I take shitty situations and I eat them for breakfast and let's go with it.
Fuck. Savage shit, man.
I dig that mentality, though. Here we go.
So let's commentate a little bit.
We're at the bottom of the pole on the right.
So this chick is at the top. This is probably approximately 25 to 30 feet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the girl above the girl who fell.
Here
Damn.
we go.
I didn't even see that one.
And boom, boom. And look at, she starts dancing still. She's good.
Jeez.
See what I'm saying? Yo, and look at
That's
that.
a
Look
trooper.
at how full that club is, man.
Yeah.
Like, that chick, she's like the show must go. She pussy popping on a handstand now. Look at that. Look at that.
Is that the technical term?
That is the technical term for that particular move.
I like jalapeno poppers. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
He
Yo.
figures.
I hope that bitch
How many of those can you fit in?
So obviously, I mean, none of us were there, but you in the field, what do you think went wrong there?
But she really broke her shit.
I see exactly what happened. Her arm was straight here, and her arm just buckled, and her feet, she's bottom heavy. She got that booty on her. Her feet came over top, which actually separated her from the pole, which is why she fell all the way down instead of being able to catch herself.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, her arm buckled, and her feet came over top.
She's breaking down stripping for us. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty,
Keep the
jiu-jitsu
videos
commentary,
coming.
stripper commentary. Like, I got you.
Yeah.
We got a whole new show coming.
Hey!
We got Tales from the Pole Part 2 coming, Robert.
The pole.
Tales from the Pole is going to be coming at you from the strip club. We're going to break down every dance.
See, the way that she's twerking and
It's
falling
right.
into the splits, the
Oh, God.
velocity of that.
It's amazing.
That's where I tap out.
For the young aspiring dancers.
I actually
absolutely.
wrote 2 books on the industry.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
going to get to that. We
let's-
know about the Bible.
Wait. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
real quick, I just once again, James Dominguez gives a big shout out, and also
James.
Blake Troop gives a big shout
Hey,
Wait,
we
don't
know
let
that
it
guy.
Troop.
Yeah, man.
Actually,
Dominguez
Troop's got a fight coming up
Yeah,
here.
he
in a
does.
few weeks,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
The headlining
lights out.
fight.
Yeah.
Get it, boy.
A belt fight.
Remember James from Ohio?
James from Ohio. James
So
Dominguez.
James Dominguez has a podcast called The Punchline. Him
Kelly
and
Pavlik.
Kelly Pavlik are. He said he ran into you and he helped train you at Ronin.
Yeah.
He's like a really good friend of ours. Like
He's a homie.
Yeah, I mean,
He's really buff. I mean,
he used to
really
be
buff.
chubby. He
Like,
got
really buff.
Like buff.
Yeah, like
burly
Buff Bagwell.
I think he's probably got to be the craziest, funniest meme dude on Facebook.
He's the funniest guy on there.
So low key, I just like stare at memes all day and laugh at them. I just don't post them, but
Actually,
Everybody does.
yeah.
memes are fucking great. Memes are
Actually,
life.
Jesse Velasquez is kind of a low key, just him, Dave Madden, in terms of like MMA memes,
Like
and then
Troop,
Rafa
dude.
Esparza.
Like Troop push that
Troop,
stuff
yeah,
all day long.
Troop as well, man.
Troop's a meme.
Those are all stars. Like those are like if there's a Hall of Fame for memes,
Yeah.
those guys. Fuck
Then
yeah.
he has James. He gets put in timeout by Facebook because his shit is bad.
Oh,
Time out is
Gotta
good.
keep it 13 PG.
PG-13, yeah. But then, I mean, this is being simulcast to Facebook, and we just talked about strippers falling to their almost death.
And
So
pussy popping on a
Pussy
handstand.
popping.
yeah, so
Hey.
that voiceover is Sean Lerma, everybody.
this-
Art Life CBD, one of
That's
our.
my favorite move. Okay, so
On a handstand.
yes, on a handstand.
Digging that. But you are so very well spoken, which leads us back to the books that you've written. Which
Yeah.
one came first?
So I wrote 2 stripper Bibles. The Stripper Bible Entertainer Edition was the first one, and that one was like, I wrote that for the girls, just to give them a little how-to, because like I had trained, hundreds and hundreds of girls throughout the country. Like I would be traveling and like running into one of my like unknown apprentices, and she'd be
Crazy.
like, "Oh my God, you taught me so much, and you taught me these moves, and you just like took your time to talk to me and help me," and I'm like, wow, like that's awesome. Like, what did I tell you? Like, yeah. And it was like so cool to run into these girls all over the place. So I was like, man, like how can I really truly impact this whole industry? Because it's in need of help.
Yeah.
And I figured writing a book, I'd be able to reach girls who maybe I'd never actually meet in person. And my dad actually helped me write the book. My dad taught me how to hustle as a stripper. He was a DJ. My mom was a dancer. That's how they met.
Your dad's the man.
Wow.
My dad was
Holy
dope.
shit.
My dad was so awesome. So yeah, he helped me write that book, and that one did so great. But I talked about the book, right? Because I fucking wrote a book. I'm proud of that shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing, actually. Especially
you.
not just the subject matter, but the fact that you're published and
Yeah.
out
you.
there. I
Thank
mean, that's
you.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did it myself with a 9th grade education, where people
Wow.
will get ghost writers and all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
that's-
No, like all solo.
Crazy.
And then the second, people kept saying like, "Oh, I want to buy your book." Like,
Sure.
someone like you would be like, "Yo, I want to buy your
in.
book."
I want a signature in there. I want everything. I'm going to buy it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Did a-
And
Yeah.
we're going to have her book available on the site.
What is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to
But-
pump that book.
Yeah, and I was like, man, like this isn't for you, but like I appreciate the support. Like it's for strippers, so I wrote a second book.
Yeah.
and I was like, man, like I'm gonna write another one about stripping and like what is perceived and what the truth is, why some of that shit kind of lines up, and
Yeah.
how some of it's completely false. And I just wrote that shit from the heart. Like this is what it really, really is. Like I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm really just pulling the curtains back. Like let's go with it.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's the second one. And right now I'm actually looking for like a publishing company, because the first book I did self-publish, but this one, yeah. So it's done, it's finished.
Damn.
But I'm trying to find a company to really
Pump
get
it.
it done.
Yeah.
So what was the response to it? I mean, did you get pretty favorable responses across the board, or?
Yes, yeah, and no.
Whoa.
A little bit of both.
Do tell.
Yeah, well, it's a rough industry, I mean, you're literally have an industry filled with, drug dealers, strippers, prostitutes, all of that. So it's like, even from the club owner's perspective, where I'm thinking I'm about to be talking to these club owners, and they're going to be like, yeah, of course we want our entertainers to do well, because then that makes more money for the club.
Right.
But yeah, some people just don't care. They're like, oh, who's going to read a book? But the girls who I've been able to reach hand on hand, it's done very well.
That's amazing.
That's
Extremely
awesome.
well. Because there are girls out there that really want to take this as a professional.
Sure.
Like I have. And the girls who I've taught. So, yeah. And to that, it's more one-on-one personal. But the industry as a whole still don't give a damn.
Yeah. And I mean, even the process, right? So, I mean, at this point, you're fighting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
At this point, you're fighting. You're a full-time stripper. Plus, you're going to go into the literary world where, I mean, there's literary snobs and what have you, and they don't want to publish you and whatever. So what was that
Yeah.
process like? I mean, being a self-publisher, obviously, if you're any type of artist of any kind, there isn't a better time than today to get your content out there, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
look no further than this very podcast, right?
Facts.
But with that all being said, like, I mean, what made you decide to, like, self-publish it?
Yeah, well, because it was like, I just got to get this done. Like, I want to do this. Like, it was so important to me to be able to create an impact in an industry that needed one.
Right.
These girls need help. They want help, and they don't have any resources. There's no real training out there. I actually made a video as well, like that corresponds with Stripper Bible, the book.
Wow,
Because I
okay.
was like, for the girls that aren't going to take the time to read, they will take the time to watch a video. So it's like, I've done all these things selflessly. I don't have to do this stuff.
Right.
It's literally just because I really want to create something good for an industry where it was like, if I didn't have my dad, I can't even imagine the pitfalls I would have gone into. And I still slipped up a lot as an entertainer. Wow. But I had encouragement from my family. So it's like, I want to give back to an industry that has given so much to me. I've literally been able to live my dreams as a fighter and everything else and travel the world thanks to being a stripper.
That's
and
awesome.
I can still look at myself in the mirror and be a good person. And girls need that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, all you girls out there wondering, I got you.
For real. That's for real talk right there.
Yeah. And even to have the support of your parents who had kind of seen some of the pitfalls, many of the pitfalls in their own kind of experiences, like that's got to be cool where they have this wealth of experience and nobody to disseminate it to. Here you are, and then that's so rad, right?
Yeah,
that's so rad.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's my life. That's
Your mom was a dancer too.
Yeah, my mom was a dancer. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
You kind of followed in your family's footsteps too, right?
I don't dance.
It was
I don't dance.
I don't know how to shake that thing, okay?
Yeah.
That can't be true because he's doing something with coconuts and other things out there in the
There you go. Melanesian versus Polynesian.
Yeah, I saw some video over the weekend. There was some Melanesian
There
people.
is not me on the dance floor, thankfully.
Coconuts being chucked or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that video.
See? Everybody saw, so I
thought I was watching that. Never mind. National Geographic. I need to go back home.
Oh, I want to see this video
This is
now.
Morgan Freeman.
What's happening?
We'll put it
You should
up.
follow me on Instagram.
Adam's family reunion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adam's family reunion.
Yeah.
Joey thought it was National Geographic.
As the Penguins marched upon the
this guy.
Antarctic.
I say that with love, Joe. But fuck off. I mean,
I love you. Go fuck yourself.
yeah.
Same guy that says, I'm not Puerto Rican, but my grandma's from Puerto Rico. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I ain't saying no, never mind. I'm not Puerto Rican.
No.
I don't believe you.
Man, this is going to be the Bull or No Bull segment,
That's
like
right,
the next
that's right.
45
I'll
minutes.
leave it.
Yeah, man.
Joey's a funny man.
So, I mean, at this point of the game, right? So, author, exotic dancer, fighter.
We can say stripper, by the way. I'm not so politically correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dad, love that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's okay.
let's do stripper.
Right?
It's okay, yeah.
I'm
I even
just-
say that like the
my
beginning of
wife is
book,
watching,
I'm like,
so
okay,
I'm
guys,
just
so,
like-
the technical term is,
Yeah.
but let's just call it stripper just for the sake of shortening it up.
Okay, so stripper. Okay. Man, I'm sweating.
Appreciate
anyway,
you.
yeah, absolutely. Yes.
This guy.
Grace.
He's trying to do the right thing, guys. He's
yeah,
really
it's
trying
like,
to be the right
hi,
kind of
honey.
person.
Ah, shit.
Okay, sweating your towel or something, bro?
No, but I mean, what?
Completely covered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Put your hairy palms together for.
Oh, he does have hair in his palms.
It's natural. It's Fijian. What do you think we climb coconut trees with? You fuck. Anyway, but what has been like the hardest to master thus far? Like, yeah, I mean, 3 difficult vocations, right? Stripping, fighting, writing. Holy crap! Like I barely form a sentence and put it together. But you do 3 incredibly amazing and yet challenging things. What has been the hardest or the most difficult?
Well, after dancing for 13 years, and I try to explain this to people, it's not just dancing. I really am like a psychologist, because I have to really put into categories of when I'm speaking to people, like how can I best relate to you and fill whatever void that is that you came in here for, emotionally. So it's literally, I'm a psychologist at work. As a fighter, I think it's definitely the hardest. Being an author is cool. I like that. That's like my off time. Like I'm just like, ooh, like this is what's in my head. Poof, let me throw this on the paper. But being a fighter is hard because it's like you're overcoming so many different adversities at the same time. You're fighting yourself, like you're wondering, am I good enough? Am I doing this correctly? I want to be perfect. I can't be perfect at this moment. I have to try harder. There's literally only so much time in a day that I can give to this to become great, and I just want to be great and the best today. So it's like, it's a challenge being a fighter, where everything else is just kind of living that best life. But you use the term like, what's the hardest? And I don't like to look at things as they're difficult because I'm literally in love with the things that I do.
That's
so
awesome.
it's like I love it. Like I get to go to training and I love training. I get to go to work and I love smiling and dancing and just making people happy. You know, and I get to write and like I love writing. Like so these are like all things that like I'm so passionate about. I literally wouldn't want to live any other life, no matter how difficult or hard they may seem.
That's
How about
amazing.
this? Is there anything that you haven't done that you aspire to do in your life?
I'd like to learn how to swim.
We can arrange that.
No,
Joey will be the bully. I mean, Bowie.
like, man,
Joey the
I'm
Bowie.
if I want to do something, I really just get up and try it.
Yeah, I
you
figured
know,
as much.
I really do, and that's like probably one of like my biggest life struggles, where
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, like I just want to do all of the things. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I want to
Live.
live all of the
That's what
life.
it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about for everybody, right? It should be.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, like, do I want to go do this crazy thing, or should I go to the gym and train right now? Like, shit.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. And at the
Right.
top of my head right now, like, I really can't think of anything where I'm like, man, like, I wish I'd given more of my energy to that, because I'm just really happy, you know,
You're in a good
like
place.
having chose what I've chosen.
Well, you've done a lot in 1 year's time being here, or a little over a year.
Yeah,
So
thank
your
you.
impact has already been heavy, so I can only imagine what the future holds.
Woo.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely,
that
absolutely.
encouragement, guys.
It's
Well, it's the
and
truth.
and I mean, you mentioned Black House earlier, right? And it's
Not to be
like
confused with Adam's house. Adam's house.
no,
I'm messing with you.
Wow.
anyway,
The
sad
other
face
Black
emoji, fucking a. No, but I mean, you mentioned Black House, and I mean, obviously we know the history. The Yoda Machida, Ed Suarez is calling you. You know, Anderson Silva, damn
I knew
right.
you were gonna say it.
Yeah.
I played paintball with him the other
Blake
week. That was
Troop.
dope.
Wait, what the? Whoa.
Play paintball.
Fuck
No.
my question. I want to.
Yeah, that
let's
was cool.
Talk about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You opened
Ping
up a can
pong.
of
Yeah,
worms.
ping pong with
Oh, I thought you
Anderson
said
Silva.
Paintball.
No, paintball.
Paintball.
Paintball, the painful one. You
Yeah,
don't get hurt
yeah,
at
the
ping
one
pong.
where like.
Vanessa doesn't do things that don't hurt.
Okay. I don't do things with guns because
Right.
they might
Even
think
my
I'm trying to rob
writing
them.
Poetry, like, it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Soul.
Well, I was like ping pong. I thought
No.
ping pong.
No, Anderson apparently loves paintball, which
Holy
is so
shit.
freaking cool. No, like, listen, that man is like the Terminator of paintball. Like, I
What?
walked in
I
and
can
he's
believe
like
it.
head to toe geared up. Like, he's got all of the toys. Like, he's got freaking grenades. This man carries around flash grenades when you're playing paintball. Like,
I
thank
wanna do
goodness I
this.
was on his team, but it's so cool. It's
What in
so
the hell?
freaking cool.
I want to gym crash your paintball day. Shoot you right in the ass.
I'm pretty good, bro. I'm like stealth, bro. I'm
anyway.
stealth.
I'll put a
I mean,
target
My
right
big
on
ass,
you.
I'm like a ninja.
We can't talk about Anderson Silva without mentioning his son Gabriel, who
Right.
actually won really big this weekend at a
Fighters rep.
yeah. There's that. Absolutely.
Congratulations, Gabriel.
Yeah.
He's really, really, really
He's been
good.
coming up.
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
coming up. He's been winning at Fighters Rep. I don't know if he fights anywhere else, but I've seen him there, and it's amazing. I
Yeah.
see a lot of his dad and the style and movement. I mean, it's not the same, but you can see some of it. It's crazy.
That's
Let
so
me tell
scary.
you, just like, I have to talk about Anderson's character, because he is truly, I've met thousands of people. He is truly the most amazing, caring, just like biggest soul. I mean, no wonder this man, you know, like, is a champion, whatever. Like, yeah, of course he's the GOAT, but it's like he
I
doesn't.
agree.
He's so humble and he's so amazing. Like, as a human, it's so awesome just to like feel his energy and his vibes. And he's just such a good heart, such a solid human. Yeah,
That's amazing.
so
I agree
cool,
with the
so
every
cool.
statement she made. I just wish that it didn't end the way that it did, the career. You know what I mean? With the leg breaking and
Yeah,
just
the
didn't
Weidman.
return to himself. And I wish all the best that maybe one day we see one more glimpse of what that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean,
love to see
you-
that. I just loved watching him.
Yeah, and you'll see so much of that in his son.
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
And,
So yeah,
I
you're
hope
not
so.
done seeing Anderson. How's that?
yeah,
right.
there you go.
And
There
his,
you go.
his legacy is so much larger than him at this point.
I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, and especially, I mean, I hate to bring up the tragedy of like Kobe Bryant, but they talked about his daughter Gigi, and that was his legacy and
Sure.
and female sports and what have you, right? So it's awesome to see like some of our heroes once they're kind of either the twilight of the career or approaching the end, essentially kind of
Passing
shift
that torch.
gears, right? Absolutely, and it's kind of crazy
point.
because I mean, not everybody can do that. If you're a megastar, right? I mean, with Anderson Silva, you might not know what MMA is, you might not know what UFC is, but you know Anderson Silva. You see that guy, whatever. He's been on ESPN. He's a king in Brazil,
Face of
right?
the sport.
Absolutely, and you're like, wait. You're going to take a step back and coach your son, and then you're going to let the coaches do their thing. Then what is every Pop Warner, like, football coach or whatever, I mean, or parent, I should say, kind of talking shit to the coach? And we're like, if Anderson Silva can step back and go like, hey, coaches handle this, what the fuck are you doing, man? That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's-
absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I
and
follow
he's-
you. It was a
yeah.
long one, but I follow you.
There you go. Okay.
No, and that's how, Anderson understands it because he is that humble, and he has lived through all of that stuff as an athlete himself, so he gets it. Rather than just like a coaching parent who maybe didn't live that same life to that degree.
And
Yeah.
hats off
And
to
are
him.
vicariously living through their children.
That's
Right.
so true. So
rather
true.
than like he's done it, so like he knows what that process feels like.
And I don't think he's done fighting. He's still
Yeah,
active.
he's
absolutely.
still,
Yeah,
y'all, he's
you-
still in the gym mixing
Right?
it
Yeah.
up. Okay, so.
You wrote his Requiem, and I was like, what the fuck is...
I'm hoping to see a return to the fighter that we once knew. I know that it's tough. You break was it a femur?
Honey, he's fought it several times.
I know, but that's just an amazing thing to come back from and recover
Yeah.
from.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
He's definitely fought several times.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess his most notable post, leg break fight was Stylebender, right? Who actually
yeah.
steps into the cage
And
against
he
Yoel Romero.
legitimately
Yeah.
stuffed it.
Yeah, and that's
True.
And to me, in terms of like the best Silva showed up in
Yeah,
that
that was a
fight.
tough one.
There was
Because that might be the new version of what he once did.
right, absolutely. And I mean, to me, that was a
Very
competitive fight. It wasn't like anybody was, bowling over. It
No,
wasn't. Yeah,
for sure,
that was
yeah.
Anderson Silva.
Legit.
Yeah, so
That's true.
That
I did forget about Stylebender.
Yeah,
That,
to me that
I've
raised.
been watching him closely.
How dare you.
Yeah.
It's one of
How
those
dare
things.
you.
But to me, in that fight, more so than Whitaker or anything like that, that fight pretty much established,
Yeah, that's right.
Stylebender.
That's
That
a
was
fact.
his coming out party.
Well, it's kind of a passing of the torch a little
Absolutely
bit.
it
How
is.
I saw it. I hate to say that again. I don't want to write his requiem, but when you see someone like that stepping up and they're fighting their hero, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of what it was,
yeah,
That's why I
absolutely.
can't look up to anybody.
No?
No.
Nobody?
No.
That was my next thing. Like what? I mean,
I
there has
just
to
don't.
be just nobody.
No, I never have. My
Really?
whole career. Yeah. When I was younger, people would always ask me, like, oh, like, who do you, like, who are you aspiring towards? And I'm like, man, I'm just trying to be the best me every day. Like,
Whoa.
That's a pretty good one, though.
that's,
That's a tough thing to be.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but it's true. Like, it's not, I've never looked at somebody and, like, wanted to be like them. I want to be like me. I just want to be the best possible version of that.
Damn.
I think people get confused by that, but by trying to emulate someone and not being true to themselves. So you may be onto something really big. I mean, it kind of explains how hardcore you are about whittling it down to who you really are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge enough, like trying to adapt to all of these different crazy things every single day that we live, and then just also trying to emulate somebody else. Like, why would I ever want to do that?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of somebody that probably nobody emulates because he's only one. He's one Joey the Bull, and we have our segment here on the Gym Crashers.
What it do?
Yeah, called Joey the Bull, Bull or No Bull, and he gives us 3 stories, and we'll figure out the rest. But Vanessa's gonna kind of stick in with Joey. Sorry in advance, but you'll have a good time. It's literally one of our best
He
segments.
actually made it G-rated, is what he told me. He kept it, but you don't have to. You can.
You
slip
don't
it in
have
there.
to. You don't have to.
Whoa,
you
slip
got-
it in there.
yeah,
That's what she said.
That's it. Hey. So we're gonna step off cue, and we're going to get ready for Bull or No Bull. So
Bull or
we'll
no
catch you in a
bull?
little bit.
Little bit.
Very noble of you.
I learned the hard way. Fighting through the pain only got me so far. Citrus CBD ointment has allowed me to limit myself and my potential. I'm no longer held down by my pain. from our life to yours.
That's right. Bull or No Bull with Joey the Bull, starring the little monster. I mean, look at this. I'm sorry. I didn't have any gel this morning. You know, I was kind of lazy, so I'm sporting the look with my Run DMC shirt with the smaller chain. Usually it's the big chain.
Super digs.
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
digs.
that's
Vibing,
right. That's
vibing.
right. That's vibing. So, welcome to the show. This is where I basically tell you 3 stories.
Okay.
One of them is true. So, and of course, the winners out there, please subscribe. Subscribe to our free admissions to our YouTube and Facebook channel. Tell me what story is true, and you will get a lovely free T-shirt from our Gym Crashers show. Hopefully, in the future, you'll be seeing one of my shirts up there. But you have like Dondo, you have stuff with all like the stuff you see up here in our background. You know, you're gonna see a lot of those crazy shirts. You have that website, Robert?
GymCrashers.com.
Yeah, gymcrashers.com. Check it out. So here we go. Here we go. You ready for these stories?
I am ready for these stories. I'm a little concerned about these stories, but I am ready.
Well, you know, a lot of my stories are some are true, some are not. Like a lot of the stories, like in the past, I'll give you a quick little back in the day stories. You know, back in the day, I actually approached Mike Tyson, told him I'd beat his ass. I told people like Tank Abbott. I was supposed to spar against Tank Abbott. I was telling people like.
Before we keep going, you just got to do the Bull or No Bull, because now I'm starting to think that
No,
they're
but
all going to be true.
these were
Because sounds like you got some crazy.
No, these were true stories. A story I had last week. We had our guest last week where I told her that I had a little Del Taco and I was doing jiu-jitsu and I wound up shitting myself because I had an arm bar. I mean, I didn't want to pull out and I had diarrhea. So, and
That was a true one?
That wasn't true. That wasn't true.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't true. Just got
It's awfully true to me.
I'm like, that's possible. That is possible.
It's possible. You get an arm bar in, and you're pulling that arm, and hello, it happens. I mean, speaking of dancing, I had one girl once poop in my face by accident when she was twerking, all up in this joint.
That is not true.
Strippers do fart.
Oh, she farted in your
No, women don't fart at all, ever.
They throw powdered donuts? What do you call it? Freaking sprinkles, a sprinkle dust, a little fairy dust. Oh, thank you for the pink eye. I appreciate it. Here's $1 for your G-string.
Oh my gosh.
I come home, my eyes all pink.
love it.
Well, he's like, "What happened, babe? Is there glitter all over it? I have no idea." I got fired up by a stripper with her fairy dust, and I gave her $1.
I'll never eat another
This is the best.
Anyway, so here's one of the stories.
Joey, you're awesome.
Thank you. Well, so my first story, kid you not, this was at San Pedro. Okay. Back in the day, I was into singing a lot. So I was singing karaoke. And at the San Pedro place, you had a fish market, and right above you had an actual hall. Well, apparently when I was singing some Elvis Presley, this couple came out of their wedding and actually came downstairs. And while I was singing Elvis Presley, they started dancing. And after I was done, they were like, "Dude, that was the greatest song ever." Like, they started tossing me money. I'm like, "Don't pay for me. This is your wedding." But they actually paid for me to sing another Elvis song for them while they were dancing in the balcony when, being freshly married. Because apparently the guy they had singing there was some cat that couldn't sing worth stuff. And so pretty much that was my first story. I sang.
Did you take your clothes off?
Oh, no, not yet. I wasn't. That's my first story. So basically, I sang in a karaoke joint outside. People came out, they loved it, and they started dancing as a married couple, and it was beautiful. It brought a tear to my eye. I was like, "Wow, how pretty!" And just sang my ass off. And I did make money that day because when you walk around that San Pedro place, people hand out dollars and you get money. I wound up making like $50 that day. Just doing my Elvis.
Okay.
So that's true.
Feels.
That's one of the stories. Second story. Now, this story is pretty crazy. I was supposed to spend about at least 10 years in prison for something I didn't do.
Of course you didn't do it.
I was a bouncer at a local bar somewhere in the city of or the county of Orange County, whatever, Orange County. Yeah, County of Orange. There you go. And what happened was a guy broke a pool stick, and so the owner's like, "Go see who it was. He needs to owe me a lot of money." So I approached this guy. The guy was in the middle of the parking lot, and at the time, I'm a big dude. I'm pushing like 430 pounds. Yeah, 430 pounds. Approaching this guy, and this guy had been a buck like the size of Adam Woods. So I approach this guy. The guy books me. He runs. He's scared than shit. He runs on the corner. He trips on his own feet. He hits a metal pole. Well, his story, when I went to court, I actually got put in handcuffs. First time ever being in jail. I love the sandwiches. I took a shit in front of everybody. I didn't give a fuck.
Whoa.
I'm just telling you. I mean, oh, no. And those toilet seats in the prison, they were very cold, but I had to go. But, so pretty much, well, I had to go to court, and it took a while. And the guy was saying, well, Judge, Your Honor, the guy ran after me. He actually tackled me. And the judge was asking, well, where was it from and to where? It was about 50 yards. I'm like, dude, Judge, if I chase this guy from 50 yards from the point he ran from me and all the way down there, I should be playing for the NFL. There's no damn way. Because honestly, I could run like 10 feet. I'm fucking done. I mean, my titties are jiggling. I'm sweating. I get a little mud butt going on. I'm sweating in places I should be sweating. Shit. I'm just being real. Big guys sweat in places they should be sweating. That's why they invented baby powder. Believe me, it helps out, especially when booty powder. Yeah, booty powder. So because of that, I got they let me go. I didn't spend time in prison because at first they were trying to get me 2 counts for attempted murder. Because the story was the guy said I had a pole in my hands, about to beat the shit out of him. Of course, that wasn't true. Then he said I socked him, and that wasn't true. So therefore, I didn't go to prison. Otherwise, if I did, I'll be the biggest dog in there, I think.
Huh. Okay.
Handing out top ramen and the pastries and stuff. That's the way I roll.
Feels it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where'd you pull them out of?
Yeah.
That's messed up. Hey, I'm a big dude, but but back in the day, brother, I was a sexy beast. And the reason why I say this takes me to my third story. I used to work as a bouncer at a strip club, believe it or not. I was originally trying to apply to be the DJ there, but they had a guy that's been working there for years. Some of these DJs that work at strip clubs, they work until they're freaking 7 years old. And I want to become a DJ. So the guy's like, well, we're hiring for bouncers. I'm like, great. So here I'm making sure all the girls are good. The guys are not doing things they're not supposed to be doing or just turn the other cheek. And so the girl can make more money so she can tip me off my hand because I know how it is. I want to make a little extra money. So, hey, all right, I'll just go that way for a quick minute. Then come back. You slip me a little something. We're good. Well, one of my jobs was pretty terrible. During the 2-for-1 dances, they used to say, hey, we need you to clean the pole. So I went on top of the stage. I start cleaning the pole. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing, the DJ on purpose start announcing my name. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm on stage, Joey, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I started dancing.
Oh.
And I made money. The girls that worked in the club, even the guys that were drunk off their asses, were tipping money. I mean, I went to the point where I took off my shirt.
Oh.
That day I was wearing some nice boxers. I took off my pants.
Oh.
And I was dropping it and popping it like it's hot.
Oh.
So that was
pussy popping on a handstand.
It was more like, I was just like, I heard the music going, boom, 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 and I started like, yeah, taking out the shirt, and I start going all crazy. And I found a chair. And I was getting the chair. I was just doing this like grinding. Hold on. Got the microphone, I gotta make sure they hear me. I'm grinding, slapping it, making that money. Well, people are making it rain on me. Look at this jiggling. Look at that. Look at it. I'll give you the back of you if you want to see that. Look at that. Yeah, like that, huh? Like that. Then I have the hot dog dance. I'm wearing black, but you can see it bounce.
Right. I've actually dated a few male strippers. Yeah,
well,
that's how they do it. Just like that.
And I'm a sexy beast, man. At the time, man, I was a sexy motherfucker. I'm a little chubby now. I got a little loving, But anyway, my lady loves it.
I'd have thrown some dollars at you.
My lady loves it back at home. My wife loves me, so it's all good. But anyway, this was Bull or No Bull with Joey the Bull. I want to get your thoughts.
Oh my
what
God.
story do you think was true?
Oh, these are all pretty crazy stories. I got a question.
I haven't danced in front of a woman for a while. You know what I mean? I have my lady at home, babe. But
It's a tough 30 seconds.
Okay. Are we talking like which one of them was even partially true,
which
or
one
like one of
is
them is like actually really
true?
True.
Which story you think is true? But the problem is, I will give the answer next week. But you can just give me what you feel.
It's definitely you almost going to prison.
You think this pretty?
No, because you didn't actually do nothing. Dude just ran into a pole and tried to sue you. So That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it.
I'm just saying, you had the first three, but I dig what she's doing. I dig where she's coming from. But like I said, if I would post some pictures of
the last one, first off, very entertaining. Nice job.
Thank you.
Golf clap.
Appreciate it. And if any of you clubs are hiring out there for male oversized strippers, believe me, I'll do it. I mean, that's why I told my lady.
That's got a market.
No, that's why I told my lady back at home. No, for real, I told my lady back at home that.
Bridget the midget.
No, I told my lady back at home
I got
for
a
real.
audience from her once.
Really?
I did.
What about Tiny Tex whatever his name is? Tiny.
I don't know, but I met Bridget the midget. There's got to be a picture of me when I was like 19 with that bitch on my lap.
Wow. But honestly, I told my lady back at home, dude, if I can do it, and if there's like a feeding for somebody like my size to dance at a freaking club, I would do it.
Yeah.
I won't mind taking off my clothes, wearing a tiny little elephant thong, and then and shaking my ass and showing everybody my ding dong. I don't care. I'll make it happen.
You know what though? I mean, I almost would have thought that story was true because like dudes actually like the bouncers will get up and they'll get their brooms and stuff after people have thrown like hundreds of dollars on me while I'm dancing because and they'll get their brooms and stuff. Had a little hair flip in there, and they'll start brooming it up, and I'll actually throw money on the bouncers just to fuck with them.
Damn.
So I believed it,
But
some dude almost putting you in prison because he ran into a pole sounds more
Wow.
legit to me.
well, all right, folks. This is Bull or No Bull. We'll catch you next week.
See you guys.
Yeah. Get my hair again.
This is Zeta Zane with Our Life CBD. From our life to yours.
You can catch him at Chippin' Bulls.
Chippin' Bulls.
Right?
Hey, I'm a sexy dude. Honestly, get a couple of drinks in me. I can make it twerk. I can make it clap. I can't do that pussy popping shit because I'll break my neck. But
I would think it's because it's the wrong anatomy, but fuck, I guess equality, right?
I can make it clap. It's really cool because like I'm like a small fitness chick, but I can still do
I
it.
love that.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I give a round of applause with mine.
Yeah.
So,
Like us, subscribe to us, and share the link, please.
Definitely do that.
don't slide it into any one of our DMs because I think I'm in enough trouble
Slide it
already.
into Joey's DM.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Chippin' Bulls.
Chippin' Bulls. I just think he's looking for an excuse for us to see him naked.
It's when triple X means triple XL.
Yeah.
He stripped
I
for
think,
me.
yeah.
He stripped for me.
Yeah. He ran out of breath. It was almost like
He
a
almost broke the chair.
Yeah, it was like a stress test in terms of his heart and whatever.
Well,
Like,
Blake
it's
Troop
so good.
Blake Troop is saying titties.
There you go.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so
Come on, titties.
there it is. Come on, dude.
Come on, titties.
The infamous Rampage Jackson.
love
Yeah,
Rampage.
man.
Come
So-
on, titties.
So, I mean, before the Bull or No Bull segment, we were kind of talking about you training at Black House. So, obviously, yeah, Jesus. So obviously,
How
I
can you
mean,
switch back so quickly.
it's so gotta get something.
He's trying to stay married.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, we're
one-
over
one
7
man.
year. Yeah, this is over 7 years, and she gets
This is all Dondo's fault.
70%. She gets 70%. So there you go. But obviously, you're getting the call from Ed Soros, the longtime manager of Lyoto Machida, Fabricio Verdum, Anderson Silva, right? He's the owner. I mean, Black House essentially was a gift to Anderson, right? And you're getting the call from Ed Soros saying, "Hey, come down." Right now, as much as of an honor that was, you still have to put in the work, right? So, what was your biggest misconception about training at Black House? Did you know coming out here from Ohio that it was going to be as hard as it has been?
Oh yeah, and that was the thing. And I think that's like one reason. Like I had to rise to the occasion. I wasn't about to come all the way out here from across the country just to do nothing. I wasn't going to come out here and slack. I wasn't going to come out here and be that person who quits, that person who walks off the mat, that person who gets an attitude. Like, fuck that. I came to work. I came to be great. And you get an opportunity like that, you either step up to the plate or get the fuck out the way. Because there's other people who are waiting to rise and take your place the minute that you start slacking. I don't have an ego. I don't try. There's no attitude problem when I walk into that gym. I'm there to work. I'm there to work, and I'm there to help everybody else who wants to be amazing like I want to be amazing. Because we're all there to help each other.
Yeah.
And that's what Black House is. We're a family, and we all help each other to rise. Ain't nobody in there bigger than anybody else. Even when you see Leoto in there, even when you see Anderson in there, those guys are there to help themselves first off, but they're also there to help us grow too as athletes. And that's an honor. And that's one that I don't take lightly. So yeah, I went in there. I knew exactly what I was walking into, and I wanted to rise to the occasion. I don't know if I have or not, and I'm not done growing, but that's what I came to do. I came to work.
It's fucking vicious.
It's deep because this kind of tells a story about who she is, and she doesn't back down from anything. So I think it's been consistent, and in that lies a lot of truth about who she is and who she will become. Tell me about when you were little. What did you think about life? What were you thinking as a young, prepubescent young lady thinking, am I going to be a firewoman? Am I going to be a policewoman? Am I going to be the president?
I mean, I think that every little, I don't know about every little kid, but when you're younger, you always want to grow up and just take over the world,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, everyone wants to be a firefighter or something like that, and I just always wanted to make people feel good.
That's a pretty big job, yeah.
Yeah, since I was a kid, I wanted to be a masseuse. I wanted to do something that helped people heal, themselves. And I think now as a fighter, I have an opportunity to not only just be a champion, and it's not just look at me, but it's how can I help other people through this opportunity that I have to be great, So that's why if you watch my social medias and, do all that, it's I'm always reaching out. I'm always helping people. I'm always very honest with myself and very vulnerable because I know what it's like to struggle. I've been there. So it's I want to help people who need that, who don't have somebody else who tells them it's okay. I've been there too. Let's do this together. I'll hold your hand. So I have that opportunity now as a fighter to be able to reach people and impact lives.
That's heavy.
Yeah. And it might be a little bit different than what I saw when I was a child.
Sure.
But that's, I've always just had this hunger to help the world. So, and I have that opportunity now.
No, you do. And you're a role model to a lot of young fighters because you're setting the bar pretty high.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because we've been fortunate enough to be able to interview and know guys like Blake Troop, guys like Albert Morales, guys like Tristan Ezel. You look at the Black House name, the roster, right? And it's a prevailing theme where so positive, but doing everything it takes to etch out a win, and not just in the cage, not just in the ring, but in life, right? It's something, almost deeper than just fighting itself. You guys are all together, bringing out the best in each other, bringing out the worst in each other, and figuring out ways to kind of fix that and improve on the things that you guys do well. And that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Isn't it, Donda?
Oh, I'm blown away. In fact, people like Blake, he's diversified as well. He's wrestling, he's fighting,
commentating,
and then he gets in here and he does these promos that are just, I don't know how he puts them together so quick. He does it on a whim.
Yeah.
One day he's a pirate, the next day he's got Jason's mask on. I don't know. He's a character.
Yeah.
So, that speaks to a lot more than just fighting. These are very talented people, and he's actually very educated.
Oh, yeah, no, he's extraordinarily articulate. Don't let that man fool you. Yeah. That's a smart man right there.
And speaking of Blake Troop, he decided to send a picture over. I love this guy. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Thanks, Blake. I appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Blake.
Yeah. Shout out to Troop, who heads into Lights Out Extreme Fighting 5 for the heavyweight title against Mike Mike Quintero. That's going to be a barn burner right there at the Commerce Casino. You want to get your tickets because the tickets are going to go fast. It's going to be an amazing night.
Yeah, especially since Blake gives out free T-shirts for every ticket.
Every ticket sold, you get a
Unbelievable, right?
Bulletproof Troops T-shirt. Holy smokes!
And there's 6 shirts.
Yeah, man.
Can we turn that AC back on because it's
girl
starting to
here's
burn up in
cooking.
here. I mean, lap dances. I'm getting hot. Heavy.
We
over
saw.
Hey,
here.
you know-
we almost
Joey
saw
does that to
titties.
all the women.
Yeah.
It's called Chubb and Lovin'.
Chubby
Lovin'.
Chip and Bulls.
That's my nickname.
Chubb
That's my
and
stage nickname.
That almost sounds
Next
like
on stage,
a Grill 'em
Chubb and
All
Lovin'.
burger. That almost sounds like a burger at Grill 'em All, like the number 8 is a Chubb and Bull
Lovin'.
burger. Yeah,
I mean, we did just have Sesame Street up there today.
this
brought
is
to
true.
you.
This is
I
true.
gotta go.
And much like Joey, Bert is also a Puerto Rican.
Is he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Ernie's Dominican, and
I've never dug that deep into Sesame Street.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Whoa.
Like,
I
yo,
didn't
that's
know-
super
Dude,
history.
I didn't know that.
yeah, absolutely,
I didn't
dude.
believe a Dominican. Rubber ducky, you're the one. No, that's all I know.
Wow, you do that really well.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, okay.
Sing us some Elvis.
Oh no, I can't. No, I can,
Hey,
but
you might make about
we might
50
get
bucks.
sued.
Keanu Taco Bell.
We might get pulled off air if we do that.
Oh my gosh! But in terms of the psychology, right? I kind of want to bring that back. So, not to say there were sword stories, but like, have there been any kind of like, whoa, this might be a bit more than I can chew in terms of psychological analysis of this particular customer in the club?
Where like they've just gone way too far in the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've like, there's been time. I mean, people they just pour out their whole entire. People trust strippers, okay, and it's okay. We're lock boxes, but man, you walk into a club, yeah, it's like it's a real thing. Like you could tell a stripper anything, and who cares? Because she's here today. She's giving you all that affection that you need, and like she's that heart that you can just like bleed out to, and then you're gone and you paid her for that time. So, and she's off to the next one. Like you just assume that a stripper just forgets everything, like the minute that you walk away. And for the most part, it's true. Okay, so, but yeah, some of those, like, I've really helped people through some of their struggles, like, legitly. And, man, they've told me about, like, their businesses failing, people suing them. Marriages is a huge one, obviously. We talk a lot about romance. People have talked to me about, like, super, like, high security government shit where I'm like, I'm not supposed to know this information right now. Like, I mean, people have gone deep. But they've also spent a lot of money to keep me quiet. So,
that is
Wow.
true. That's true. I used to work for a certain celebrity back in the day, and we used to go to Vegas a lot. And strippers back, used to know me every time we show up. Like, hey, Joey, what's up? It's because, and I honestly kid you not, I never spent a dime. We were just always talking, communicating like we're best friends and the homies. Didn't make money off of me. And we meet out after they're done working to have dinner or lunch, whatever. And we used to go all the time, and it was like. I had built a lot of friendships with a lot of strippers back then, back in the day.
And they talk.
And we talk all day.
And you talk to them. And you tell them everything.
And not like talking out like you're perving out of them, just have a normal conversation. That's it.
You didn't fall in love every time?
No.
I don't believe
honestly.
that.
I'm in love with a stripper.
No, because if you fall in love, that's when you go broke. That's when you go broke, when you fall in love. And I've seen a lot of guys do it, a lot of friends,
That's
personal
when I grabbed
friends.
my friend and said, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's crazy.
I just had somebody ask me last night. They were like, so, like all my friends are saying that like strippers are giving them their number. Like they went home with a stripper, but like they didn't pay any money. I'm like, oh, she's still working, honey.
Yeah.
Like she's just getting other things.
You gotta steal your wallet,
vacations.
That's true. That's true.
It's true.
She's
It's
still
always a hustle.
hustling. Yeah, she's
It's
still
always a
working.
hustle.
I have no idea what anyone's talking
lie.
about.
You lying sack of poop.
They don't have those on the island at Vidi Levu.
Yeah, they don't.
He
Literally.
But
has-
no, yeah. There's definitely been times where people have exposed a little bit more than
Exposed.
maybe they should have.
Adam Woods.
And
Adam.
it's okay. Like I'm here for you, which I think helps me to like be as open and vulnerable as I am in normal life too.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, this is me. Like, take it or leave
Take
it.
it
But
or leave.
also, I love you for all that you are. you
That's
know?
amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, any like crying at the fetal position type shit, like.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah, this guy.
I can
pretty much,
imagine.
yeah,
He's all
He's like, if I went there.
No, I can see Adam right now. Back in Fiji, all I had was a Sears bra catalog.
It's okay, dude.
That was my porn.
Bro. I'm just here for you.
That's assuming the postal code can get the catalog. Yes.
I don't have boobs, but just bring it in.
Oh,
you can pillow right here.
Christ. This
Because
is
believe me, I seen some National Graphic titties back in the day. They're way too low
National
for
Graphic
me.
titties.
They're way too low, man. They drop
National
the
Graphic.
floor.
That is a new dirty magazine, the National Graphic.
Titties. This is sag, bro. I'm telling you.
What are you doing reading National Geographic for that?
No, as a kid growing up, I'm pretty sure you guys as a kid watched National Geographic and seen the Islanders and like, damn, there's some titties on TV.
The pages got stuck together.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? National Geographic titties. That's what I call them. They go to the knees.
You like that kind of thing, huh? They throw them over their shoulder.
Yeah, when they want to keep you warm. Hey, when they want to keep you warm, they just fan you like this.
Whoa! Nobody can see you. Nobody
He's
can
doing
see
this,
you.
by the way.
Yeah, they can't
'cause
see.
He can't see.
Helicopter.
Oh my God.
Doing.
Oh God. What the fuck?
Thank you, Joey, for that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
appreciate it.
Well, that your experiences are shared. We love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just being real. I mean, you get real with me all the time.
I like real.
Real's good.
Real's where it's at.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know what to do.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, man. So, in terms of your fight career,
blushing.
if we're looking,
We got to get off.
He's turning
this
purple.
subject.
He's turning
dude,
purple.
I mean,
You
It's
know,
fine.
they don't turn red; they turn purple.
She has written.
yeah,
She's
absolutely.
written 2 books about stripping. She openly talks
Okay.
about it. It's cool.
So, in terms of fighting,
Have you had to
So in terms
fight?
of fighting,
yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna fucking.
Have you had to lay someone out in a strip club?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I want to hear that.
Yeah,
I want to hear
please
this.
do tell.
wanna
Holy
hear
shit.
this.
Okay.
And why? And
Yeah,
why?
absolutely.
Joey comes in with loose-fitting shorts. His thing falls out. You lay him out. Right? No boxers on.
That's what happens, right?
No,
Chipping
like-
bowls.
So I mean, all right. So like, there's, I'm a little too modest maybe to be a stripper, okay? Because like I'm in there and I'm here to dance for you. Like we're not even gonna fucking have a conversation. Like we're dancing, I'm out, you're paying me, done. I'm on to the next customer. And like, guys get a little grabby sometimes. So they'll be like, oh. And then I'll be like, oh, and they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, it was an accident. I'll be like, so was that. Like,
Wow.
Don't
That's
touch
on the
good.
slide.
I might-
Yeah.
Don't
That's on the
squeeze
slide.
Charmin.
no, you got accidents. I got accidents too.
Yeah.
I just accidentally hit you in
Yeah.
the face.
Wow.
And, maybe broke your nose a little bit. My bad,
Ooh.
dude. So I had to stop hitting people. And because the managers were like, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh,
You have to
jeez.
stop hitting the customers. I'm like, they have to stop grabbing me. So now I just try to walk away for the most part. But this one time I got a little concerned because this guy just wouldn't put his fucking hands down. So I'm like, okay, and I do like this. I call it stripper jitsu.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Blake has seen stripper jitsu before.
I see this because she's
Call 'em out.
pummeling.
Yeah, no, I like pummel their hands. So it's like, because some guys, like, all strippers let them do whatever, and I'm just not that. So I'm like, okay, I understand. I get why you're trying to grab me. But, so this guy wouldn't let off, right? You think he'd get the hint. He didn't. So I just quietly, I went up to him, and I gave him a really good hug, and I choked him unconscious. Which is fine for me, but he was sitting there, and because he's sitting straight up, he woke up what the fuck? And he woke up again, and he was fell back asleep, and I'm like, I thought I killed this dude.
Wow.
So I had to quit. I had to quit hitting people because the manager told me not to, and I quit putting people to sleep because that guy scared the shit out of me.
What? Yeah.
So yeah, but I basically just get really fucking mad and just tell them you got to pay me double, and you're still not getting any more lap dances.
Wow.
She reaches under. She has a collar choke.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. So watch your fucking hands because you never know which stripper you're about to get.
Wow. Fuck that, dude.
You're at a club. You're all like,
Yeah.
Everyone watching the show never touching a girl again.
Yeah. You made positive change.
Hands and feet
You made
outside
positive
of the ride
change.
at all times.
this isn't a scratch and sniff.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Well, thank God I have no neck, so they can't choke. Yeah, choke something.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
You ever choke a bull? Well, of course you have. Every morning.
Wow. Okay.
He's an expert.
Yes, he is.
I choke the bull
That's
every
a black
night.
belt right there.
That's right.
I'm choking the bull.
If your hand could get pregnant, you'd have 1,000 fingers.
Oh my god.
So I'm just like, if the manager walks in and the guy is like totally out of it and whatever, do you continue stripping on his corpse?
Dying over here.
I don't know. Just like, I gotta save my job. I mean,
It's more like I don't want to like embarrass them in front of their friends. This one time I was like fucking around and I like went up behind someone and accidentally choked them unconscious. This was a real accident.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I accidentally choked them unconscious and like I could tell that like they were dead. So I like threw my hair in front of them and started dancing for them right there out in the open until they came back to consciousness. And then I was like, are you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, all right, cool. And I walked away, didn't go back to that table the whole night.
wow. That's some Weekend at Bernie's shit right
Well,
there.
they don't know. They're probably like, I think she roofied me. They don't know.
They don't fucking know what just happened.
She was on the other foot, Weinstein.
I'm using
You
a
fuck-
fake name. They don't know me, okay?
Yeah. They checked their pants and like, I wasn't violated, was I?
Wow.
It's like, well, and I do that. Like, guys will be sleeping in the strip club, which, first off, if you're so fucking drunk, go home. But
No
guys
way.
will legit.
Dondo, this is a PSA.
This is me.
I fucking walk in, I pass.
Why? I don't get
I
it.
fucking sleep everywhere.
People
I'm a
do this
narcoleptic.
all the time. They always fall asleep. So I'll like be, if I'm on stage, 100%, I jump off of the stage onto people. Like, on their laps, they just wake up and there's like a stripper here and all their friends are going, oh! Like, I love just walking up to people and just scaring the shit out of them and waking them up.
So, I mean, let's just say Dondo's every customer. Yeah, Dondo's every customer that has done this to you, right? What do you say to, like, imagine he's every customer that's ever fallen
am.
asleep during your show. What do you say? Picture him.
Wake the fuck up.
There's sexy ass and titties in this bitch. Wake the fuck up.
Right. You're damn right. Well, if it was you, I
What are you
wouldn't fall
doing?
asleep.
Why do you fall asleep in a strip club?
And that's when she calls the bull to kick you out.
That's right.
Well, that, I mean, maybe it's a comforting thing.
It is.
Maybe it's
I don't know what it is.
it's your version of the fetal position.
It is. It is.
There you go.
It is.
No,
It
I
happens
give
so often though.
I won't
You'd be
deny
surprised.
no, I give my excuses when we used to travel to Vegas a lot. No sleep, full of alcohol and everything else in my system.
Yeah.
And when we used to go to the Crazy Horse out
Powdered
there with that
donuts.
celebrity, and he'll be up, and I'll just honestly, I'll fall asleep. Next, you know, I have this big whatever in my face,
A tea
and I
bag?
wake up and I have all these girls laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? I go, I'm so like lost and so dark, and I always have is things in my face.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did
yeah,
that to
yeah,
you?
yeah.
And it happens. It happens.
Yeah, I love that. That's like one of my favorite things.
And now
to
I'm
do.
awake. I'm like, I'm good. I had my good snooze.
That's like the ultimate sit-up, right? Have you ever done the ultimate sit-up?
What's the ultimate sit-up?
Where they put a towel over your head and they hold you down. You got to sit up, and then the towel falls off. You go up someone's ass.
No, bro. No.
Dondo does way
I don't
more
know
of
about
this.
you guys, but were you guys ever like? Did you guys ever like fuck with your friends when they were sleeping? Like,
Every
and, like
fucking
your
day,
friends would fall
every
asleep?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my job. I get to
Right?
fuck with people all day long.
That's
Like,
awesome.
yeah, I love it. It's fun for me.
They have business meetings,
It's
and
fun
I'm
for them,
sleeping,
too.
sitting straight up. What the hell? Yes, exactly.
Dope.
even know he's there until he snores.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
I sit straight up and pass out.
That's wild,
man.
man.
Yeah, I
don't
pass
get
out in the
it.
car while I'm going down the freeway.
So where
That's
do
not
you
good.
see yourself in the future right now with like the MMA? Do you see yourself going to the UFC? Like
UFC.
anything huge right now in your road right?
Well, I don't know. Where do you see me?
I see the UFC.
Thank God he
Yeah,
said that.
good answer.
Thank God he said that.
Yeah, that's it. And we're going to film it. Damn it.
I seen an article today. I think Amy Kaplan wrote it about
Shout out to Amy.
the top 8 people under the radar that they would like to see in the UFC or not UFC but Contender Series, and your name was on it today.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
fucking serious?
Yeah,
Is that
so-
real?
Yeah.
For real.
Christian Aguilera was number 1.
Yeah.
and then you were like 4th. or
Christian
5th.
Aguilera is a
out of 8, though. I mean,
savage animal.
Yo, that's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
that's around the entire world because it
you'll
wasn't.
read it, you'll see
was
it.
there was someone from overseas and someone else. So yeah, I just read it today about you.
Dude, I'm blown away. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for that.
Yeah, shout
I
out
didn't even
to
know Robert
Photo
read.
Amy.
Shout out to
Third-
Amy.
yeah.
I want to see this article later.
He'll pull
or
it
now,
out.
or
When in
whatever.
doubt, pull it out.
Yeah.
Whoa. Don't encourage Joey. Fuck.
I mean,
yeah,
I
man.
mean, since you guys asked.
this guy's ass.
I didn't ask.
I do tell these guys stories, and they don't believe me. So
Come on. Well, talk about it. Tell us.
Yeah. No,
You
I
gotta
do.
talk about it. Be about it. Let's see it.
I absolutely see myself going into the UFC very, very soon.
Yes.
Either title contention up next or contender series would be
Love
really
to see
dope
that
as well.
We would love to see that.
But yeah.
Robert's looking up the article.
Yeah.
Can you put it up on the screen? Because other people want to know what Vanessa's future is going to look
Yeah,
like.
so we're
Yeah.
looking at Fansided and Amy Kaplan.
she can't forget about us small fries over here. Hopefully, when she sees us walking in the ring, hey, that's me, Joey the Bull. man.
You're the whole potato, small fry.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the way you change your hairstyle
Here we
every
go,
week.
guys.
Nine
Right,
fighters
9 fighters we'd like to see.
on
And pop-ups.
DWCS.
Hell yes.
That's Christian right there.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it is
That
by Amy
beats
Kaplan. That's
yeah.
right. Robert's a genius.
Yeah, Christian is an amazing fighter.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
He's out of Timo Yama.
Absolutely. Fought on that last LFA card with you?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He fought one of my teammates out of Saxon.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was rough for my teammate.
It's rough, yeah.
But guess what? There's another Saxon fighter on here.
Julian Bays, is that a...
Julian Baez. No. He's in...
okay.
He cross-changed in the 805.
Okay,
That
that's
a
name
bunch of
does not
stuff.
sound
Agora
super
Boxing.
familiar.
Yeah, I was
And he's
curious.
actually fighting at King of the Cage.
Got it.
April
Got it.
5th.
I love that guy. I knew he was out in that direction.
Yeah.
A little further.
Yeah, way further. But
No,
yeah,
he's trying to make
so,
it
I mean,
scroll.
it's on Fansided, guys. 9 fighters we'd like to see on the
Yeah,
Dana
feel
White
free
contenders.
to look it up, you guys.
Yeah.
Not sure why it's not.
Cast
going
those
through.
votes.
Yeah,
Because we
and-
need our girl to get there this year.
Are there votes?
I don't know, but if there are,
Okay.
just do it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Keep-
or just,
keep
you know,
writing
start
about her.
tweeting me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk about her.
with Dana White.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tag away, folks.
That's right. Tag her
Jim
in it.
Crasher's
Here we go. Here we go. We got it
Get
now.
on it. Robert's got it.
It's stiff.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Christian Aguilar is one.
Brandon Roybal, that guy's legit.
Yeah, 10-4 record. And Brandon.
Aaron Blanchfield.
Yeah.
Aaron is very
And
good.
Vanessa.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, 4-1 record.
Hey.
She's fighting a guy.
What the hell?
She's got him in her guard. She's about to take him out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't put a picture of you on there though.
That's
That's okay. I'm honored.
the name is there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron, excuse me. I actually was on the EBI card with Aaron Blanchfield, and we were both training at Henzo Gracie Academy in New York City at the same time.
Whoa.
So I know who Aaron is, and she is very motherfucking good. So I'm honored to be a part of this article because yeah, she knows her shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. A shout out to Amy and shout out to all 8 members of this list.
Yeah.
Tweet Dana White with all of their fucking Twitter handles because you want to see that shit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
That
man.
was a cool article, though. Read it. It talks
Who
about
else
her.
is on there?
John
Oh,
Gotti the
Right?
third. Holy shit. I don't even want to. Yes, I'm only going to say good things about him because he's a fucking Gotti. Holy shit. Yeah, that's John Gotti's grandson.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. So all good things to the Gottis and Little
Cool stuff,
Monsters.
Robert. You got your eyes
No,
on
these
everything.
are the same guys that had their own reality show back in the day. With the
Yeah,
mom.
he's the son
That's
of
the
one of the
sons. Yeah,
gals
okay.
there,
Yeah.
and John Gotti's grandson.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, good shit.
Connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
man.
but your name's out there. People are talking about you. There's a big buzz. We're so honored to have you here, but the truth is that you've earned it.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
by bleeding for it. So it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, literally
know?
blood, sweat, and tears. Actual.
Broken bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is your moneymaker. And yet her moneymaker went right back. Next day, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
So, what's your toughest fight thus far? I mean, was Loveth pretty much it, or
No. Caitlin Chikagan,
really?
amateur, 2014.
Whoa! And
I
she
almost
was
died.
yeah, and she was just in a title fight.
Did you really almost die?
Actual.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
So
Do tell.
I actually got to train with Caitlin also at
Henzo.
Henzo Gracie Academy, which was really freaking cool. But yeah, that fight was terrifying. You know, she's so much taller than me, right? And I mean, I'm just a warrior spirit, and everyone's like, "Don't take that fight," and I'm like, "Fuck that! We gotta go!" And I think at the time both of us were 4-0.
this.
We were both undefeated.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, I got this, bitch. So,
Whoa.
yeah, like I was fucking violent
my
with it in my
favorite
mind,
statement.
right? Yeah, I got this, bitch.
My favorite statement. I
Yo,
love
so she we're supposed to fight at 115, but I mean, this is like same day weigh-ins. It's Ohio, right? Amateur fight.
Wow.
So we both agree on 120, and that was I will never do a catch weight ever again. Like that was the day that I vowed I don't never catch weight ever again. So we come in, we fight, and the fight never went to the ground. She just stayed on the outside and was just jabbing me, tearing me up. I mean, this girl's a Golden Gloves champ,
Yep,
right? Like
absolutely.
she's been fighting since she was a literal child. Like she's got pictures of her in a little gi. It's so cute. And but it's like her arm was longer. Like I tried to teep this woman and she just jabbed me in the face. Like that's how it was. Like I knew it was bad when the ref came in, when the medic came in between rounds and was like, "Do you know what day it is? Do you know what city you're in?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, what do I look like?" You know?
Yeah.
Like that's when I didn't know.
I
don't know if you can pull up this picture, but I'm going to show y'all right now. Like, it was so bad and terrifying and traumatizing. But, like, I was so badly concussed. I should have gone to the hospital, and I didn't. But, like, yeah, I was vomiting blood for 3 days.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
that's a lot more brutal than I've seen you. And I've seen you.
Oh!
Yeah. So when
There it
people
is.
ask me...
Zoom in on that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can,
No,
to be
but it's
honest.
all
But when
good.
people ask me, like, oh, yeah, that fight was so tough. Like, I'm like, yeah, but I've done worse. And I never quit. I never quit, not once.
He's going to find it right
You
now.
know?
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't think I have these up on my IG. I might have, like, 1 or 2 of them, but,
You have
he is looking through
you
my
have
IG right now.
you have super supportive.
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
one of them. That's one of them. It's not too far down. But,
You mentioned your parents are super supportive. How do they take that? Because that's her little girl looking like hamburger.
yeah, legit. There it is, right there. My family, like, they actually were at this fight. This is one of the only fights that they were there for in person.
Whoa.
And they were like, Vanessa, we just can't watch you do this anymore. You know, they were just heartbroken. I mean, I had a broken nose. That's when my orbital bone actually broke.
Ooh,
So-
initially.
yeah, initially. This last fight, it was like a refracture, but this is when it broke. And my nose was so badly broke. I remember, and no one told me not to blow my nose, and I did, and my eyes just like blew up.
Oh, the Cerrone thing, yeah.
The Cerrone thing happened to me. You know, it was just fucking traumatizing, and that was actually the one and only time where I was sitting there and they kept telling me stay awake, and when I finally was allowed to go to sleep, I was like, man, this might be the last time I close my eyes.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was that
From
bad.
all the head trauma.
From all the head trauma. Yeah, but I mean, I never quit fighting, and I was so pissed when the refs called the fight. I know.
Fucking
I was
crazy.
mad because it was so close to the end. It was the third round. It was like 20 seconds before the fight's done. It's like, let me finish the fucking fight.
Wow.
Like, I'm already here. Like, we came
Shit.
this far. I didn't come
Yeah.
this far to just come this far.
Damage
Let
is
me finish
done.
the fight.
Yeah.
But also, the ref was like, you know, I'm still an amateur, and he's like, I'm sorry, just blame it on me. I'm so sorry. I can't see this anymore.
Wow.
And I don't blame him, like, when you see these pictures, but in the
Yeah.
moment, like, one of the pictures of me is, like, when my mouth's, like, wide open, like, why'd you stop the fight?
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
If I was having a Saving Private Ryan
So Caitlin
moment,
Chikagan was 100% the toughest fight I've ever had.
oh yeah, I believe that. But if you're storming a beach at war and there's bombs going off, this is who you want in your
yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Never quit.
If you're charging up
Never
a hill,
quit.
and
Yeah.
you gotta get to the top of the hill. She's gonna get there first.
And
I'm
I
gonna
mean-
get my legs blown off, and she's gonna keep running.
Yeah, and you know the craziest thing about it is she was just in a title fight against Valentina Shevchenko, right? So how tough is Shevchenko, and how skilled is Shevchenko that she made kind of easy work? I think even Joe Rogan said, "Hey, I'm trying to hype this fight, but I know this whatever." And how badass is Shevchenko, right? That's
Yeah.
And how badass
And
you are, my goodness.
Thank you. And I mean, yeah, Caitlin's a fucking beast. You know, she's been going on, and I mean, she's done all 3 weight classes: 115, 125, and 135. You know, and I think she's only lost once before Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, like, Caitlin's an animal. You know, good. I've loved watching her thrive. Yeah, like, I'm not a hater. Like,
No,
I fucking love
That's cool.
watching people
That's cool.
rise. You
Not
know,
only
and
do you not
especially
look up to
ones that have
people,
beat me. Huh?
That's great. Not only do you not look up to people, but you want to bring people forward, push them forward. I
Hell
love that. So that's
yeah.
good.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's different. I don't hear that a lot, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we've got this is a Tuesday before a huge UFC card this Saturday. Special shout out goes to a guy who headlined your last fight, Jamal Pretty Boy Emmers, because he is in the UFC. No, he's there, and fighting on the undercard. But Yoel Romero versus Israel Adesanya, the Stylebender, right? Do you like this fight, and why?
Which one?
Stylebender versus Yoel Romero.
Oh, dude, I just heard that Stylebender actually has staff.
What?
Yeah.
Yikes.
No!
But he's still fighting.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like he was like showing it and everything. Like I guess on a thing with your
Ariel Hawani?
that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy.
Yeah, he was like showing off his staff, like, look, I got staff. But I guess like his coaches have opted out on antibiotics, which first off, staff can fucking kill you.
It can.
Yes.
Like
It can
staff
spread,
can
too.
actually kill you.
Yeah.
So don't do
It
that.
gets in your
That's
bloodstream.
fucking dumb. But yeah, they've opted out on antibiotics, and he's still gonna fight. And he's
Wow.
like, I'll beat you even with my staff, and I'll rub it in your face. I'm like,
Whoa.
that's fucked up.
Wow.
But that's
That's worse than your
Fucking
powdered
great.
donuts.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and pink eye,
Yeah.
powdered donuts and pink eye.
Your stink eye.
No, but yeah, that's so. Because I mean, when you have staph, like you actually feel sick. You know, like your body feels like you have like a flu. So I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
They
And
might end up calling the fight. Who knows?
well, it's weird because like I actually watched the last Embedded on the way over here, and I think it ended with like Stylebender literally picking out a Porsche like for every day of the week that they're in
You
Vegas.
can actually watch something while you're driving.
I wasn't driving. I
Oh,
pulled
I
over.
was like,
yeah, no. Safety first.
Watched it on the way over.
Safety.
Like, what
yeah.
the heck is going on?
Yeah,
in the
no.
car?
I mean, they're 6 minutes long. You can
Okay.
pull over. But yeah, so he was picking out a Porsche for every day of the week that he was going to be in Vegas, right? To staff. I don't think there could be a more dramatic kind of like turn of events than that. And
Yeah.
going into the title fight. And even if you get to the cage, if you get to the octagon, you got Yoel fucking Romero, the God Soldier, across the cage from you. Holy shit. It's so weird. It's so weird to me. You like this fight?
What
I do.
about Joanna?
Oh, Joanna.
Oh yeah, Joanna versus Zhang Weili,
Yeah.
because everybody says
I
Weili
just-
Zhang
I love just seeing Joanna fight.
Well,
so.
because in China, their last name comes first.
first, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited. That's a great one. Both of them. I mean, that's a stacked card. So Joanna's amazing.
yeah.
I want to see her be Joanna. I
Yeah.
want to see her let her
I think
hands fly.
Wei Ling's gonna win.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think Wei Ling's way more powerful than Joanna.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean there's something about her, and I don't know if it was an article or whatever, but like, you know, the whole coronavirus thing is going on. She actually had to
Be cleared?
jump from China to Thailand to Abu Dhabi. Like the last 8 weeks for her have been literal hell, where she, you know, had to say goodbye to her family, all that jazz. She didn't know when she was coming back. And then you've got Joanna Jędrzejczyk, right, in the cage after this. And her mom literally was like, this is your dream. Don't let anybody take it from you. And I was just like, holy shit, that's a different type of human. That's the same human that, you know, against your toughest opponent, I mean, you didn't want the fucking fight to be called off. So if that's your mentality kind of going in, fuck. You think a punch is gonna hurt?
Yeah, that fight that I told you guys about when I moved here, my father had actually just died like that
Wow,
month.
my condolences.
Yeah, and then it was like my father passed away. I was mourning. I got the phone call to come to Black House. I packed my car, talked to my coaches,
Unbelievable.
left, came out here, had 2-week training camp, walked in that cage and won a 3-round fight on the feet as a grappler.
Fuck.
Like some people crumble, and some people fucking overcome. And I'm wondering how Wei Ling's gonna do. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Now, you alluded to your stripper jitsu, right? You started out as
Stripper Jitsu. I want to see
there.
that
Yeah,
book.
yeah, she said it. I'm just
Right?
saying. all right?
I gotta write a whole instruction on that
When
one.
she
Yeah.
talks about no gi, she means no gi, no nothing.
Downers fantasy. Anywho,
We're going back to Roman Greco style.
But
Oh,
jeez, oh god. Here we go. No, but obviously you started out as a striker, right? So you're now a brown belt in jiu-jitsu?
I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, yeah. I just took second in the worlds for no-gi at IBJJF.
So how has that
Legit.
transition been, like, for you? I mean, starting out in striking and then now a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. It's not something that it's a walk in the. I mean, it's you're not a novice anymore, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, jiu-jitsu was frustrating, and I used to talk about this a lot, like, when I was on the competition scene, anytime I'd, like, do an interview, like, I cried for the first 6 months every single day that I was on the mats for jiu-jitsu. I very much disliked jiu-jitsu. It was very frustrating for me. It was emotional for me, and it was like, I didn't want to do it. I had to do it because I wanted to fight MMA. And I wanted to just go in there and head kick people, you know. But my coaches were like, you have to learn jiu-jitsu. And so I started that journey, and it was, like, frustrating. Because, like, I thought I was pretty good at Muay Thai, you know. And then it's like you go from something, like, I built all of this trying and training and did all of this stuff for Muay Thai. And then I'm right back at the bottom. And I completely suck. And I'm getting dominated. And I felt like I was drowning every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, just completely overwhelmed. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And jiu-jitsu is one of the most flustering sports that any person can ever even attempt.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter how strong you are, doesn't matter how big you are, doesn't matter. Somebody can literally take your joints and just manipulate them against your fucking will. And that is just terrible. At least in Muay Thai, you have a chance where you have this fight in you where you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep punching you anyways.
Yeah.
You don't have that option in jiu-jitsu. They're like, I'm just gonna hold you here and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And that was frustrating. Yeah, so I cried for the first 6 months of jiu-jitsu. But then I started competing more, you know, and that's when I started kind of getting those small little victories and seeing like, damn, okay, maybe I don't suck as bad. You know, maybe I can, like, learn some of this stuff, and this is just a giant puzzle, and I just have to collect some of these pieces. And that's the way that I look at jiu-jitsu now. You know, it's like I just got to add more pieces to this puzzle that I'm seeing this beautiful picture.
When does the light go on for you with jiu-jitsu? Because there comes a time when it comes together. You know, you're able to string along different submissions. You're able to change positions and string along even more. Does that happen as a blue belt or a purple belt or?
Yeah, I think it started happening, you know, even when I was a white belt. When I first started seeing that, like, oh, I actually know something was, again, when I started helping people. And I love helping people. So when new people would come into the gym and I'd be like, listen, I've been here. I know how you feel. Like, this is called a guard. You know, and I'm like, oh, shit, I do know some stuff.
Wow,
I know
right
enough to help them, so maybe I do know something. And then, yeah, like, stringing together everything. Nikki Ryan actually gave me some of the best advice for that, which was, like, you know, sometimes you just got to go and fuck up a white belt.
Yeah.
To, like, let yourself know, like,
you got
this is what I can do.
You got it, yeah. Because, like, as you're rising, so is everybody else.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
learning
like
the same stuff.
Yeah, those favorite training partners that you have, well, guess what? They fucking know your game, right?
Same
So
school.
it's like you're getting good, but they're getting good too, and it's so you feel frustrated all the time.
It's a
but then
grind.
every now and again, you just gotta go fuck up a white belt and be like, oh yeah, this shit does work. Yeah.
Sorry, white belts. Fuck. Damn.
Or the people that miss class. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It
Right.
might be
yeah.
the same belt, but I learned about 10 things over the last 2 months, and you've been out.
Yeah.
I think that was actually a huge pivotal point for me. There was someone who I like was a huge deal when I first started, and she was the same size as me, and she used to fuck my world up, you know. And then I came back. Well, I never left, but she came back, and I was more advanced than her, you know.
Awesome.
And it was like kind of a little eye opener for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
not in a shit talking way, because like I love this girl my whole like everything, but yeah, I was like, damn, okay.
That's
yeah.
when you know. Yeah,
That's
I
when you
think
know.
That's it. Yeah,
That's when you know.
That's good. It's good to hear that.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
reaffirming because jiu-jitsu is a puzzle.
It is.
You know, it's positional and it's a
It's a
struggle.
Rubik's Cube, too,
It
yeah.
is very much so.
Forever changing.
Yep. Yeah, that's
At
it.
some point, you solve that Rubik's Cube puzzle, and I don't know if I ever want to solve it. You know, I think I always want to keep growing.
No, that's the name of the game. I mean, hopefully we can all do it until Elio's age when he went out. You know, Elio Gracie went out in his late 80s and, you know, rolled till he died, they say. So, yeah, that's the hope and the dream, right?
That's dope.
To continue.
Get it, boy.
Party to
Right?
puke.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, man. So,
Take it, Joe.
So where can we find you in your social medias?
Lil Monster Demo, Lil Monster Demo. Check it out. I'm an Instagrammer, man. Like the
Instagrammer.
Twitters and all that stuff. Like maybe one day, but
Awesome.
I'm on Instagram. Y'all
Agreed.
can find me there.
Me too.
What about you, Donda? Where can they find
Donald
you?
Jim Crasher on Instagram,
And Mr. Woods.
According to Woods on literally everything.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter,
Grinder.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that shit.
Black House.
I don't know. What the
Black
fuck?
House.
I'm not on TikTok.
National
like Joey the
Geographic.
Bull.
The White House.
What the fuck?
And you can find me, Joy the Bull, on every social
National
media.
Yeah.
I said that. I put that in National Geographic.
I feel like we cut her short. This has been a wonderful episode with Vanessa Demopoulos, Little Monster. We cannot thank you enough. We are fans of hers. We are following her career.
Yeah, man.
And we definitely want to see her back. And
I
we'll
love
see
you guys
out in the
so
world.
much, and I'm going to leave you guys on a note of doesn't matter what your situation is, where you come from, what you think you can and can't accomplish. I know that you can become great through all of your adversities.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's right, folks. We'll see you next week. We are signing out. This was the Gym Crashers.